Here we have an A2159 that came in for water damage. So when it came in, it was not charging properly. We did the water damage treatment, now it is charging properly. We did find corrosion here. So the issue we are having now is that the touch bar is functioning incorrectly. So the touch bar is ghost touching, it's causing weird issues. So we're going to see if we can do anything about that. Alright, so I still don't know how to use OBS Studio, so I did this whole repair without recording from my microscope. So I just wanted to show real quick what I did. Alright, so the first thing I did was to touch up these points here because there was corrosion. You can see on this one it has a little bit less solder because there was more corrosion there, but the joint is good. And the second thing is I cleaned up these traces here, and I cleaned up a couple of these ones too. There was corrosion around these traces. And the third thing I did was to rebuild this trace right here. So there's a lot of corrosion right here to the point that this trace was not connected over here. So this was not making connection to this. So I had to scrape off the solder mask, I had to scrape off the plastic from the side. I used one of these manually printed copper traces in order to rebuild this. So if we check here, it's making a connection, it is good. The last thing is I cleaned up this area. Now, I'm not really too happy with this cap right here and with this component right here. I tried to tin them as much as possible, but they honestly just need to be replaced, but I don't have a donor board and I don't have a way to measure this cap. So since it is functioning, I'm going to leave as is for now. Here you can see where I had to rebuild the trace. So I had to scrape off this solder mask, I had to scrape off the plastic right there where it's making a connection. And I use this micro pencil, which allows me more accuracy than using the regular bent tip. To disconnect the battery before I connect the touch sensor. Alright, the battery is completely dead, so it does need a little bit of time. We're getting 19.5 volts and almost 2 amps, which is really good. So it's showing that it's charging just fine. Alright, so the MacBook started up and it looks to be functioning perfectly. Awesome. So time to get this back together. .5 amps. We're getting 9. Alright, so I still don't know how to use OBS Studio